Hello, Vivid Tribe. How are you all doing today? I wanted to discuss health today, health and wellness. Um, it's an issue that's been coming up quite a lot, for me and people around me over the last few days and weeks. So I thought I'd just share a few things, around health, just sort of the foundations of what works for me, what I've really sort of come across over many decades of research, I guess. Um, and having struggled with my own health issues, I thought this was a good time to kind of kick off what will hopefully become a whole series about health and wellness. We need a kind of a whole unlearning process because we've completely lost touch with our bodies, with nature, with the earth, with the cosmos around us. We have no idea. We have no idea how our body actually works, how it's interconnected, the complexity of it, the fact that it's you know, a natural organic being, just like anything in nature is, whether it's a plant or an animal or the sun or the sky. We've forgotten completely how this body works. If we have a problem, we kind of focus on that. We hone in on that, whether it's an organ or something that's out of balance, and we don't think about how it's connected with other organs and other parts of your body and how what the true cause of some of these ailments may be. Also, I think a lot of us are going through a lot like right now in terms of, the whole solar flare that's on its way. I think we've all experienced the sun is getting brighter. A lot of us are going through sort of detox symptoms, especially the starseeds among us. Um, we've been getting ill, we've been having headaches, and just generally all sorts of health symptoms and little niggles. So I wanted to just talk around that. I think this is a very important time to really stay healthy and to look after your health like never before. We're going to go through big changes, so you really want to look after your health at this stage and make sure you're in tip-top shape. And I'm just going to share some of the things that really work for me, that are very easy, that are cheap, available, and easy to integrate into your daily life. So I thought that would be a good place to start. So, yeah, also the fact that we are shifting, slowly shifting. This earth is ascending, whether we are aware of it or not, or whether we intend to go with it or not. It is ascending, so we might as well jump on the bus and get ready for this joyride that's going to need us to be in top shape. It's like anything. If you're about to depart on a trip to the moon, you're going to make sure you're in good shape, right? You don't want any illnesses to strike when you are on your journey. So sorry, I use a lot of symbolism in my discussions and the way I talk, so you'll probably have gathered that. So back to the health hacks. I call them health hacks because they're really easy ways of staying healthy and just keeping your body balanced and in top shape. Starting with the morning. When you gotta get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I drink a cup of hot water with liquidized lemon, about half a lemon, and a tablespoon or a little bit more olive oil. Olive oil has got incredible healing benefits. I never really realized that until, I don't know, something came to my attention and I started researching it. Olive oil is amazing. Now, you need to make sure you get a good olive oil and organic if possible. Obviously, extra virgin. Get it from a good source. That's key. The lemon, make sure it's organic as well. Make sure you liquidize the entire lemon. I was quite interested to hear that a lemon, the vitamin C that a lemon offers, there's different aspects of that vitamin C and ascorbic acid in different parts of the lemon. If you don't use the entire lemon, you may not get all the benefits. But vitamin C, as we know, is crucial in keeping us healthy, not only to keep our immune systems strong, but also it's an antioxidant. So it's amazing for your cells, and for your body. And if you can get a good quality lemon, it can be a really good antioxidant. It also alkalizes your body, which is, in case you didn't know, inflammation is the cause of all illness in the body. Inflammation can be caused by many different things, but inflammation cannot start in a alkaline environment. It has to start in an acidic environment. So if you keep your body well alkalized, now that's not the silver bullet, and there's other things that you need to remember, but I want to say a really good start is keeping your body alkalized, and a great way to do that is with lemon in the morning. Hot water with lemon, olive oil. You don't have to do this, but I like to do this, and especially in winter, I think it's great to add a little bit of powdered ginger, um, cinnamon, turmeric, and cayenne pepper. All of these need to be organic, please. And then I add a tablespoon of honey. Honey is also amazing. It's also antimicrobial, and it's amazing benefits. It can help with allergies, especially if you use a honey that is obviously non-irradiated and all that, well, very sustainably and well processed, but also from the area that you live in. So if you eat honey from the place where you stay, there's something about that honey, and what it does is it prepares, it assimilates, it helps with allergies. So when spring or summer comes, you will not feel the allergies like you may have had not consuming the honey from that area. So honey is an amazing healing food source as well. So I add honey to my morning elixir, is what I call it. And yeah, I have it as early as possible. It can, you need to wait at least half an hour before you have anything to eat, so it can just sort of process through your body. Yeah, it also kind of detoxifies your body. So I really love that. And then, the first thing that I recommend you do as well is to either meditate or do something like Qigong, or Tai Chi, which is basically meditation in motion. That really sets you off for, on the right track for the day to come. It will ensure that you are grounded, that you are connected with your inner self, that you connect head, heart, and gut. That's very important. So there's a lot of meditation courses out there if you do struggle, but I recommend that you're not as regimented about meditation. Meditation really is something that you can naturally develop. Start by sitting outside on the lawn, watching the bird life or the plants. It really takes you into that meditative zone. That's really the start of meditation. It's not as complex and daunting as you may think it is. But, if you do want to do courses, there's mindfulness meditation, there's transcendental meditation. I've done a couple of those courses. I like to do a little bit of a combination of the two, and I like to keep it a little bit more fluid. I don't believe we've been designed to be completely rigid and fixed in how we do things. And we also evolve, we go through stages and phases, and we need to just listen to our body and heart and see what it needs. So that's what I do first thing in the morning. The Qigong that I do is amazing. It's called 18 energy arms. So it's a movement form with 18 movements, mostly a lot of arm movements. But it's amazing how it opens up the top part of your body, especially if you very much in your head like I am. My mind's always going, and I'm always thinking and coming up with ideas, and it's very difficult for me to switch off my mind. That really opens up the top part of your body. It really kind of I want to say de-stresses your shoulders and your arms and your top body system, because I find that when you live in your head a lot, everything kind of gathers here on the top part. It really, you keep everything here. And the very important thing is to ground things and to sink it down into the earth. That is something that's really going to be helpful for you if you do struggle with that. So the 18 energy arms, amazing, just to you know, it aligns the spine. It kind of moves chi or energy throughout your body, and it rebalances it, and makes sure there's no. You guarantee to keep yourself healthy. So I can strongly recommend that. You can go for a couple of professional qigong lessons. Make sure you find somebody really credible, somebody that's mastered what they do, and really practice the ancient forms of qigong, not the modern styles that have become very diluted, and it's just this very superficial kind of movement. Make sure you go to somebody that comes from a long lineage of Tai Chi and qigong practitioners, and that they practice it in the um, authentic, old, original Asian Chinese form. But what I also do some days, I do yoga. I love yoga, and when you feel like you need to do yoga and stretch the body and get everything aligned and do the breathing, it can be really, really powerful. I do vinyasa, or sometimes I like to do like a kundalini kriya, which is very much focusing on the breathing, and opening up the spine, and etc., etc. So I do a little bit of both, and again, I'm not too regimented. It's about how I feel and what I feel I need on that particular day, and what's going to work for me on that particular day. So you need to start getting in touch more with your body and your heart and your gut, and that will tell you what you need. It will tell you everything that you need to know about you and what you need in this world. Yeah, then I have breakfast. I mean, for me, you know, I've gone vegetarian a couple of months ago, which is a hard thing for me to do because I grew up in a family that loves meat, and we had a lot of meat. I've got an O plus blood type, which also likes a lot of protein. So although I've been wanting to cut out meat for a very long time, because it just didn't sit well with me, it didn't resonate with me. It was hard for me to do. Also because of some, a few other health reasons, which I'll get to. But suffice to say, about 3-4 months ago, I felt I was ready. I'm going to do this now. I want to really start being very discerning about what I put in my body, and it felt like the right thing to do. It resonated with me. So don't force yourself into anything. But I can tell you, the more you start working on yourself, the more you start meditating, and the more you start opening up your mind and working on yourself, these things will naturally fall into place. So I gave up meat, sugar, and alcohol basically all at the same time. I decided that they were making my body heavy, and I didn't want to feel like that anymore. I really wanted to get my body and mind connection very clear. I wanted to get fit, but not in the traditional way, rather fit in terms of just my body in top-tip shape. Because if that vessel is in good shape, your spirit and your soul is going to flourish, and it's going to be able to do the work that it needs to do, which is, make that 5D ascension that we need to do soon. So it really worked for me, and I found interesting ways of still getting my protein in, and without feeling deprived. And yeah, I've been very happy with that move. So I just have eggs and avo in the morning, a little bit of scrambled eggs and avo, and I sit in the garden in the sun. I make sure I get half an hour sun in the morning, early in the morning. That you get that early morning sun, even sunrise if you can. I'm not really a sunrise riser personally. I'm naturally a bit of a night owl, so it's quite difficult for me to do the early to bed, early to rise, but I'm working on it. But I make sure that I get my sun every single day. So I sit in the garden, I put my feet on the grass, on the earth, and I eat my breakfast, and I drink my tea or coffee if I so feel, and I just get a bit of sun soaked into my body. And sometimes I do a little bit of sun gazing. I gaze right into the sun. The sun has been instrumental in upgrading our DNA, so it is so important to get sun every day if you can. Obviously in winter it's not that easy, but just try your best, and whenever there is a little bit of sun coming through the clouds, make sure that you are there to soak it up. and it really, really does amazing things for your body. Never mind vitamin D and all the other things that it creates in your body, but it is also been known to be a DNA upgrader. There's a lot of information and resources that comes through the sun. It's a portal, guys. It's not just a wall of fire. It really is a portal, where things can be transmitted from far, far away. And the funny thing is the whole sun and a lot of these health hacks, I've just naturally, they just came to me, and I realized afterwards, recently actually, but that was my higher, my higher self speaking to me. I didn't even know that. They popped into my head. It was like, well, that sounds like a good idea. And I was like instinctively just thinking, okay, I'm going to try this. Not really thinking where it came from. And then shortly after I would read about it, it's like, whoa, okay, that's really recommended for the times that we are in. But it just came to me naturally. And I realized that that was my higher self guiding me and talking to me. It's not always a big announcement. Hey, I'm here, I'm the higher self, and I'm here to tell you what to do. Listen to me. It doesn't happen like that. Sometimes it's very subtle. But if you can get still enough, and if you can get that connection with your soul strong, and your spirit, you will find that there's guidance coming through that will be very good for you. It will be in your best interest. So, yeah, something I strongly recommend. And if you have a bit of time, walk in nature, go for a walk in the forest or on the beach. Those are amazing things for your health. Really, grounding, which is obviously that's been a hot topic for quite a few months now. Just putting your feet on the ground, on the lawn, on whatever natural environment, not astroturf or natural environment, even for 45 minutes, it can do incredible things, healing things for your body. People have done MRI scans before and after and all sorts of tests, blood pressure tests. Just 45 minutes standing or sitting or putting your feet flat on the earth has incredible healing benefits. So please do not underestimate these things that we often take for granted. It's just so normal. It's all around us, right? But do not take it for granted. It's very powerful, and we are a part of nature. If we lose that connection, we will get all sorts of illnesses, believe me. So keep your connection with the earth and make sure you spend at least, half an hour to an hour every day with your feet on the earth to keep you healthy. It also helps with things like EMF, poisoning, and a lot of the toxins that we are bombarded with. It really kind of just detoxifies your body. I'm very sensitive to EMF, unfortunately, and I really found that helps me. I'll talk about EMF a little bit later. I just want to talk first about food. So food, apart from whatever diet you follow, whether it is vegan, vegetarian, keto, paleo, make sure you put good quality food in your mouth. And what that is, it must be organic, must be non-GMO, free range. That's super important, guys. I mean, you will not believe the poisons they put in the soil or on spraying the plants with the fertilizer, the Roundup, and I'm sure my listeners would be aware, but in case you're not, horrible pesticides and chemicals that they're spraying onto our food. So make sure it's organic. If you can, even get it from a local community. There's lots of now people growing organic food in communities. So there are places you can just Google and you'll find sources. It doesn't necessarily have to be certified organics. The certification process have become also just another money-making scheme, sadly. It's very expensive to certify, but if it's not certified, make sure you know the source and you know the farming practices so that it really is organic. So that's what I would recommend. And then in terms of supplements, so I really believe taking as little as possible. These days of taking cabinets full of supplements, it's really, really not recommended. If you live a healthy life, if you practice Qigong, yoga, if you do grounding, you do sun gazing, you don't have to take as much. I know we're all going through health stuff from time to time, but so the bottom line is nature is the way to go. We can get everything that we need from nature. Did you guys know that? Everything was made perfectly when we entered this earth. Everything that we needed was available. It's amazing how we completely forgotten that ancient knowledge and wisdom. It's really sad. If it's quite profound when you think about it. It dawned on me a while ago that we were not left on this earth with nothing, with things that uncared for. Nature, Mother Earth has everything that we need to stay healthy, to keep healthy, and to live a beautiful life. And we've completely lost that knowledge. And I hope to unpack that a little bit more in future episodes. There's so many subjects around that I want to bring to you. I think this video is a little bit problematic today, so I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to carry on some of the subjects I want to cover, like supplementation, natural of course, sleep, and Chinese or Ayurvedic systems and ways of eating. So yeah, this is all to help us with this ascension process. Make sure our vehicles and our vessels are healthy, and that our minds and our souls and are happy in that vessel. That's really going to help us a lot. So yeah, more on this topic from me in the future. In the meantime, I wish you a beautiful weekend, and we'll speak soon.